Assalamualaikum everybody, how are you? Okay. So today we are going to discuss about figures of speech. Figures of speech, and today we will talk about LEZ, epic. What is LEZ? What is epic? And another is paradox. Before that, in the last class we have already talked about allegory, allusion, ballad, climax. I think you have understood what is allegory, allusion. Okay, so I want to just have a revision of the topic from the previous class, allegory. So what do you understand by allegory? Who can tell? Tawhid? Tawhid, you tell allegory? But
allegory is a literary device where a character or events represents an abstract state beneath the literally the story depicting the literal meaning, but it has also a surface level of
yes, that means
morality. It could be political, it could be
okay. It could be political allegory. That means a story which has two meanings. Two meanings. One is literal meaning, another is symbolic meaning. So, give an example.
There is a movie, animated movie called Zootopia. It shows that the animals in human society, they cannot live safely. Whenever they get out of the zoo, they get endangered by humans. That movie shows that the humans should live in their comfort zone and animals should live their comfort zone. We don't have to put the animals out of their comfort zone.
Okay.
So it means like
this story has two meanings.
The movie depicting is that the movie literally showing is that animals and humans are living together, but this cannot be happening in real life.
What is the name of the movie?
Zootopia.
Zootopia. Okay, very nice. And another very famous political allegory is George Orwell's Animal Farm. Okay, I suggest you to read the story. You can search Google and you can have the idea of political allegory. And in that story, you will see that in a farm, the animals are very much oppressed and they are very much punished by the owner, and once in a day the animals they revolted against the owner and they got the full power of the farm. But what happened afterwards, while the years goes on, the animals they are also the animals himself, they the clever animals, the intelligent animals, they got the power and they have started oppressing the lower or the weak animals. So in this way, this type of stories have double meaning. Double meaning, that means in the outer side this is another story and a story of like animals, and in the inner side there is a political satire. Okay, next, allusion, another literary device, allusion. So what is allusion? Okay, you Tisha.
Okay, so allusion means a direct or indirect reference to a person, place or event, an idea in story and from literature. So for example, we can say at the beginning of Martin Luther King's speech, which is I Have a Dream. So he gives an allusion to
Abraham Lincoln's Gettysburg speech. Okay, this is an allusion or reference. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Now next, in the previous class we have also learned about ballad. Ballad, so what is ballad? And give an example, Hasib.
A narrative poem that tells a story. It might be a single language or a narrative story.
Okay, so it is a long poem and which tells a story. There is a story plot in a poem. For example, The Ancient Mariner, written by S.T. Coleridge. Okay, this is a famous ballad of English literature. Okay, next, climax. Climax, okay, Jui, could you tell? Yes.
Climax means the moment of greatest intensity or emotional tension in a story. Usually marks a turning point in the plot.
Okay, so climax is the highest point, the intensity, the moment of greatest intensity. That there, after that, the total storyline is transformed into another. It's that is called turning point. It is a turning point of the plot. What do you understand by plot? I have told you plot. Sequence of events. Thank you, Rakib. Sequence of events. That means in a story, in a novel, drama, there are the sequence. There is the serial. That means one by one the events, the incidents are happening. So this is called plot. Okay. Now our today's discussion is on elegy. Elegy. What is elegy? Elegy is a mournful, melancholic poem, especially a funeral song or a lament for the dead. That means it is a poem regarding a dead person. That means shok gatha. Elegy means, elegy is one kind of poem. It is written for,
Funeral song?
yes, for a dead person. For a dead person. Oh Captain, My Captain by Walt Whitman. This is a famous poem, and this poem mourns the death of President Abraham Lincoln. Oh Captain, my Captain, our fearful trip is done. The ship has withered, every rag, the prize we sought is won. So what is elegy? Elegy is a poem written for
Funeral song?
Written for the dead person, lamenting, written for lamenting. This is a lamentation, lamenting for the dead person who is already dead. Okay, so elegy is a poem, a very pathetic, mournful, very melancholic. এটা পড়লে কি মনটা খারাপ হয়ে যায় এবং একজন ডেড পারসন শোক গাথা তাকে নিয়ে লেখা হয়। শোক dedicated for the dead person. Clear to you? So you have to just think that elegy is a mournful, melancholic poem, especially a funeral song or a lament for the dead. Clear, everybody? Okay. So an example, you will give an example. After that, epic. Epic. What does it mean, epic in Bangla? Epic? Mahakabbo. Mahakabbo, that means kabbo. Kabbo means a poem, but long poem, huge, it's massive. A poem is a long narrative. An epic is a long narrative poem, often written in elevated style, very lofty, very sophisticated style, that recounts the deeds of a heroic figure or the history of a nation. So the context of the epic will be vast. This will be regarding a heroic person, regarding the nation, regarding the destruction of a nation. So very famous epic. Yes?
Could you explain it again?
Yes. Okay. So be careful and be attentive, everybody. Epic is a long narrative poem. Long, it will be huge, and the context of the epic will be very massive context, and it will be written in a very lofty style, elevated style. That means the choice of diction, the words or the lexical resources will be very much sophisticated and lofty. The language Language will be enriched, so enriched in an epic. Epic is a huge and a very sophisticated style, and it recounts the deeds of God. That means the theme, the story of the epic regarding a heroic figure and the history of a nation. This is not a history of only one person. This is the history of a whole nation. That means lots of characters will be there, lots of happenings, occurrings, and it is regarding a war, destruction, or the development of a nation. So epic, elevated means lofty and yes, glorifying, lofty, enriched style, very much high, sophisticated. Yes, it could be. And Helen of Troy or Trojan War, regarding the Iliad and Odyssey, written by Homer. These are huge poems, and the poetic style, the words, the choice of diction is too much sophisticated, and the storyline and the context, that means time and setting of the story is massive, vast, too much vast. So, yes? Okay, write down. Sing to me of the man, Muse, the man of trees. Muse is the goddess of poetry. So, you can just try to remember in a way that epic is a long narrative poem written in elevated style, written in very sophisticated style, not very simple. What we see in Wordsworth's writing, I wandered lonely as a cloud. The words are very much easy, simple to understand. This is, in a modern sense, this is romantic poetry. But epic poem, epic will be very much sophisticated. The writing style will be very much lofty and enriched. Clear? Clear to you? Next, another thing is paradox. Paradox. Be very much attentive regarding paradox. A paradox is a statement that appears self-contradictory or illogical, but reveals a deeper truth upon reflection. Self-contradictory means, what do you understand by self-contradictory? Self-contradictory, স্ববিরোধী, যা বলা হচ্ছে মনে হচ্ছে যে উল্টা বা এরকম কিছু, যে statement that appears self-contradictory or illogical but reveals a deeper truth upon reflection. But when you think of it very deeply, it will give the inner meaning, different meaning. That is why it is called self-contradictory. Example is there from Hamlet by Shakespeare. Have you heard of Shakespeare's Hamlet, a tragedy, very famous tragedy? You? Hamlet? Excuse me? Shakespeare's Hamlet, have you heard of this name? Okay. So, Hamlet says, I must be cruel to be kind. So look at this, cruel and kind. This is completely opposite words. Kindness means, daya, yes, and cruel is just the opposite. Cruel means nishthur, kindness and cruelty. Cruelty and kindness seem opposite, and Hamlet suggests his harsh actions are meant to help in the long run. So this is the self-contradictory idea, and in the literature this term is called paradox. This term is called paradox. So what is paradox? What is paradox?
Paradox is a statement that appears
Self-contradictory, illogical, but
reveals a deeper truth upon reflection.
upon reflection. Upon reflection means when you think of it very deeply.
Can you please repeat
Yes.
that? What is self-contradictory?
Self-contradictory means opposite, স্ববিরোধী. Self-contradictory, look at cruelty and kindness is contradictory. Contradictory, isn't it? Self-contradictory, মানে যেটা বলা হচ্ছে তার উল্টাটা. Cruelty and kindness, self-contradictory or illogical. You may think that this is not, it cannot be logical, unrealistic, something like that. But when you will think, you will have a deeper meaning. Deeper truth, that means deeper meaning. When you will think it deeply. Okay, in the next class we will discuss it more. If you have don't get too much confused, don't think too much difficult, think easily, and in a very simple way you just try to remember and have some example from your text or from your real life so that it can be easier for you. Okay, so it will be more easier when you will just think or give some examples from the text you have already read. You have already read, or from any story, or from your real life also. Okay, do you have any other question? No?
Like,
Yes.